likes dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria.
Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. I want to thank everyone, of course, for joining in the show. We are broadcasting live here on the radio, WDCE 90.1 FM. That's an actual radio station. No, not a podcast, an actual radio station. Of course, as you're sitting there listening to the radio station, you're probably thinking, well, I want to know who's behind that amazing, beautiful voice. Well, of course, there's several ways that you can go about doing that. The first is, of course, you can download, first you want to download the Simple Radio app. And the reason why you want to do that is because you'll be able to listen to the cartoon themes as we play them live. Yeah, the cartoon themes, we can't play the cartoon themes live. And we can't play the cartoon themes live here on the different channels that we have going on. But you'll be able to listen to the show. You can also go to WDCE.org. WDCE.org as well. Having some difficulty here, it seems to be, with the TikTok. The first time we've done the whole TikTok thing. Yeah, well, we just finally got TikTok going. That's at Sam Newsman on TikTok. But we have TikTok going on over here, but it seems to be that there are some issues. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Yeah, that's right. The government's gonna get rid of TikTok. Yeah, that's what they say. Well, it's just because the government doesn't like competition. They've been the NSA, the CIA. They don't want competition, right? So, but here we are. Like I said, we are broadcasting live here on TikTok, which seems to be acting spazzy. It says you need to try a Wi-Fi connection. Well, I did connect it to the Wi-Fi, but I guess it's not working. We are also broadcasting live on Instagram at Sam Newsman on Instagram as well. Shout out to Deadman Juan. I see you down there. Deadman is actually he's over in the Pacific Northwest. So that's one of the reasons why we do this show as well. Let's see here. Trying again. We try to do the show. We have this third hour that we started. We did ask permission. We asked permission from the GMs. And shout out to all the students. There's a bunch of student DJs that have their own shows as well. But we do have listeners that call in and that listen across the country over in the West Coast. So right now, the West Coast, what is it, 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock in the morning right now on the West Coast. So shout out to everybody waking up now here on the West Coast, joining into the program. DFS also in California as well. So once again, we are here broadcasting live. TikTok, it seems to be acting screwy. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Let's see. Are we able to go and try it again? Can we try it again? Oh, how is your TikTok experience? Well, it's terrible because you guys aren't doing anything correctly. Is the challenge of live radio. Let's see if we can do this again. All right, let's see here. Nope. Let's see here. No, that's not it. What is going on here? Oh, no. We're going to discard that. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you do something live. All right, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Let's see. We'll see if I can't believe I'm up after last night. That's what Deadman says. Well, they had a bunch of toy giveaways going on. You can follow Deadman One. Also, Toy Mercs. Familiar with Toy Mercs? At Toy Mercs on Instagram. You can follow there, and they have phone giveaways, toy giveaways. See the deck on it. The TikTok thing's not working. 804-289-UR90, 804-289-8790. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Oh, look at it. We already have a phone call coming in here at the top of the hour. Let's see if we can go ahead and grab this phone call. Let's see, make sure we don't have any feedback this time around. Caller, you are live here with the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, Sam Newsman. State your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Sam Newsman. It's Chris from Oklahoma.
Well, hello, Chris from Oklahoma. How are you doing, sir? So what time is it in Oklahoma? What does that mean? So it's 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. So what time is it there over in Oklahoma?
It's 10 o'clock here.
Okay, so you're central. That'd be Central Time. Is that correct? Central Time?
That's right.
Well, how are you? How are you doing this morning? Thanks for giving us a phone call. I believe that if I'm not mistaken, your name on Instagram is Skydra Walker. Is that correct?
Yes, but just so proud of all of the progress that you've done on the radio and the presence you've made yourself and all the content that you're putting out lately. It's just fantastic, and I'm just so happy for you. Couldn't have happened to a better team. You and your producer, Germ, heard him on the radio earlier this week. You guys are just fantastic.
Well, thank you so much. I see Germ back there behind the glass jumping up and down. Like, the first time you're already finally getting some recognition, Germ, behind the glass. Good job. And still not able to sit there and do everything right on the soundboard. Whatever. But anyways, he's excited back there. I see him jumping up and down behind the glass. But, definitely, Chris, I want to thank you, of course, for all of your kind words. And thank you so much for being a supporter and listener of the show. I do appreciate it.
Love I am listening every week. The D Block is my favorite, and one of the great things is if you're following Sam Newsman on any one of his social platforms, you can request songs, and that's one of my favorite parts about this show. Hearing those theme songs again.
Well, Saturday morning was a magical time. And, back in the 1990. 1990 is when Congress passed legislation. It was the Children's Television Act of 1990. And what happened is they then wanted to have educational programming embedded into Saturday morning, because prior to that, there was a lot of brouhaha with parents, members of Congress, stating that they were upset because they thought that it was just nothing but commercial. It was like the Saturday morning was nothing more than a commercial for action figures and toys, and it was just having kids just wanting to do all that. But I would beg to differ, and I would sit there and say that most people who grew up in the 80s and in the 90s, Saturday morning was a magical time. And do you have memories yourself of Saturday morning?
Well, one of the magical things about that time is how it inspires people. And that's one of your great qualities, is how inspiring you are, playing not letting the nostalgia die that was the birth of a lot of things that are being just reproduced and regurgitated today with a really heavy burden of trying to capture that magic again. And the truth is, you really can't without a lot of other factors to it, like the Saturday morning, coming downstairs with your bowl of cereal and catching the cartoons before they went off, because there wasn't any restreaming later. If you were lucky enough to have a VCR, maybe you taped it.
Now, did you have a favorite cartoon? Do you remember on Saturday morning that was one of your favorites?
G.I. Joe, absolutely.
G.I. Joe. Well, you know what? It's interesting that you say that, because I actually have G.I. Joe queued up for the next music block. So how about that? Look at you. Look at you. Isn't that incredible? So look, are you sneaking in here and trying to set my set list before I even do them? Like, who gave you the word? Did anybody give you the word, or was this just is this just one of those savant things? Is this synchronicity going on here? What is going on here? I need to know. Were you told by somebody that I'd be playing G.I. Joe?
Synchronicity is a magical thing.
I
just wanted to say congratulations and let you get back to doing your awesome thing.
Well, Chris, thank you.
The most trusted puppet in media.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. That is Chris from Oklahoma. Chris from Oklahoma. Also, you can follow him on Instagram, Skydro Walker, but has been a supporter of the show. And Saturday morning was an incredible time. I have people chatting now here in the chat. It looks like that we finally got the TikTok live stream up. We took it off the Wi-Fi here on campus, but we do have TikTok. It's up and running again. That's at Sam Newsman on TikTok, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, Sam Newsman on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Simulcasting live, setting the standard, raising the bar, the only way that a real media puppet could. And of course, who else would you rather listen to on a Saturday morning than a real media puppet as I play cartoon themes? But how do you listen to the cartoon themes? That's the key. That's the key. How do you listen to them? WDCE.org. You can go to WDCE.org to listen to the cartoon themes, or you can download the Simple Radio app. Download the Simple Radio app, search WDCE, and you can listen to the cartoon themes during the music breaks and the music blocks here on the show. Keep the phone lines up for one more phone call. Try to get one more phone call in to see if somebody else wants to call in before we wrap it up. We said we do have G.I. Joe and a couple of other cartoon themes, and then also sitcom themes. You know, sitcom themes were very interesting. Things like Happy Days, Night Court. Have you seen the new Night Court? You know, a lot of people don't like. Some people say they don't like it. Well, it has I forgot what the actress name was, but she was Bernadette on The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, she's playing Harry's daughter from the original Night Court. But yeah, shout out to Sergeant Schultz. I guess you are the only one down there in chat, Sergeant Schultz. But I do see other people here in chat, other in Instagram and everything. Sergeant Schultz says that G.I. Joe on Saturday morning, never in his neck of the woods. So, but you'll hear it this morning. You will hear G.I. Joe this morning. My favorite newscaster is what somebody said over here on TikTok. Well, I'm glad that's the case. Here I am, a real media puppet, doing what I can as a real media puppet. You know, I always see all these other people around, all these humans saying that they're media puppets or they're political puppets. You know, I could be upset about that. I could, but they're just wannabes. They're wannabes. They want to be puppets, but here I am, a real puppet on Saturday morning. You sit there, you want to know. You can see me live. I am here, like I said, at Sam Newsman on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. But we'll keep the phone lines open for just one more call this morning, 804-289-UR90, 804-289-8790. Saturday morning, of course, like I said, was an amazing time when, like I said, you would wake up in the morning, grab a bowl of cereal, run down the stairs, watch cartoons, and then eventually, like I said, the sitcoms would show up. That's usually when mom and dad would come down the stairs and then kick you outside. You have to go outside and play. Grab your bicycle and grab your bicycle and maybe grab a stick. You remember sticks, right? Yeah, sticks. You'd grab a stick. And all of a sudden a stick would, if you had an imagination, a stick would become anything. Become a magic wand, become a pistol. What else would it become? A magic sword, right? It could even become a digging utensil to make a fort. Does anybody make forts these days? Pillow forts, fort pillow. Yeah, pillow forts were always great. You know, I actually saw the other day where there's actually a company that makes forts. A little, I don't know if it's made out of cardboard or some kind of material where you can put it all together and create your own fort. And back in the day, you used to just have to grab your pillows and do that. Right. So, but yeah, absolutely. So what, yeah, someone said, yeah, I hear you. Somebody said, well, you know, kids today, they don't play with toys anymore. They don't have any imagination. All they do is that they just grab their iPad and tablet. But, you know, far be it that back in the day, you would be able to watch cartoons on Saturday morning. Now everything, of course, is done. Thundar the Barbarian. Might be able to see if I can cue that up. Hang on. Let's see if I can cue. Can we cue Thundar the Barbarian up? Let's see if we can cue that up. Let's see. Thundar. No, that's not it. We'll see if we can cue Thundar the Barbarian up. I do have G.I. Joe coming up here in a few moments, and also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That was always a good one too. We do have, like I said, some sitcom themes. Sitcom themes, that's the part of the program where, like I said, mom and dad is waking up. They're coming downstairs. You're finishing your fifth bowl of Lucky Charms. Your sugar content within your body is spiking through the roof. So, of course, mom and dad is just going to kick you outside. But yeah, are we able to get Thundar the Barbarian? I think we are. Hang on a second. Thundar. D-A-R. Thundar the Barbarian. There we go. We have it. Okay, so we do have Thundar the Barbarian. We have the opening theme song over here as well. We'll play that here in just a moment. So somebody in the chat requested it, and like I said all the time, you can always request your favorite cartoon theme, your favorite cartoon. You can do it live here on the show. Sometimes we prefer to do it before the show, but like I said, sometimes we're able to do it live. And when you call in, I'm able to also pull it up as well. But that's one of the magic things about Saturday morning. And one of the things that we try to continue to do here is that we're playing cartoon themes that are at your request. Cartoon themes that you want to hear that bring you back to the magic time of Saturday morning. See everybody down there in the chat: Creature Feature, Tiny Plastic, TNT Nate, like I said, Deadman, Ash Bailey, Curtis, Sergeant Schultz, DFS, all of those guys down in the chat. Yes, well, it's an interactive show. I'm able to sit there and chat with people while we're here on the show. And of course, like I said, you can call in. So I guess what we'll do here is we're going to cut to the cartoon themes. So the phone lines are down. All right, they're off. Okay, so no more phone calls today. So remember, next week, if you do want to call into the show, 804-289-UR90, 804-289-8790, to, like I said, to be a part of the show. And like I said, here, well, you get to talk to me, a real media puppet live on the radio. So Curtis says, I'm an adult now that eats cereal in my underwater. Maybe he meant to say underwear. Watching cartoons. Yeah, underoos. I'm not sure. Whatever. But listen, as long as you're still eating cereal, I guess that's good. I mean, what's my favorite cereal? I'm pretty bland. Just regular Cheerios. Here. Someone said amazing. So, amazing. Yeah, Cheerios are amazing. No, I don't have any of the Cheerios with the honey nut, the apple cinnamon stuff. Just regular boring Cheerios and bran flakes. I know it's boring, but I'm not boring. I'm a real media puppet doing this on Saturday morning. So once again, what I want you to do, download the Simple Radio app. Search WDCE on the Simple Radio app. You can listen to the songs that I'm about to play here in this last music block. Also, you can also go to WDCE.org as well. Follow me at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on TikTok, at Sam Newsman, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, all across social media. Make sure you also tune into all the other shows here that we have on WDCE as well. We have a lot of different shows, jazz, neo-soul, hip-hop, all sorts of stuff coming from students and also community DJs. So I want to shout out, of course, some of the other people here. Dr. Love, who is the faculty advisor. Bella Stevens, the program director. Ben Queen, who's the general manager here at the station. Shout out to all of you. There is a meeting coming up here in a few moments, which I'll be a little bit late to because we still got about another 20, 30 minutes or so before we're out of here. But we'll be upstairs here in just a few moments, but they are going to start a little meeting here. So would usually do a little small segment offline after the show sometimes, but we'll talk about that next week. This week got to go upstairs here in a few moments. But we are having, like I said, one more music break. Cartoons, sitcom themes, and of course, I'll be back on the other side of this block with what we learned today. That's right, what we learned today. Maybe a few comments and things that happened throughout the week. And like I said, yeah, what was that? Oh yeah, just get to I'm getting to the cartoons. Once again, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Download the Simple Radio app, search WDCE or go to WDCE.org. And like I said, we'll be back here every Saturday morning, of course, for the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real puppet, from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.
Thundar, the Barbarian. The year 1994. From outer space comes a runaway planet, hurtling between the Earth and the Moon, unleashing cosmic destruction.